What is going on, Roundtable Sports? It's your boy, Colby Cochran, here with Roundtable Sports. And boy, oh boy, do we need to talk about Drake Maye, because this is now the second week in a row that this young kid has shined for the New England Patriots despite their early struggles. We all know New England Patriots, they draft Drake Maye, third overall in this past 2024 draft. A lot of expectations around him. The Patriots decide that they're going to sit him for the first 5 weeks of the season. He gets his first start here in week 6. A lot of people felt like they should have played him sooner. They should have played him from week 1. Some people feel like they should have sat him even longer. There is a blueprint, though, at sitting quarterbacks for a certain period of time. You look at some of the best quarterbacks, not just in the NFL today, but in the history of the game, they have sat for a period of time. Tom Brady sat for a period of time. Patrick Mahomes sat for a period of time. Jordan Love sat for a period of time. Aaron Rodgers sat for a period of time, and that's something that Tom Brady himself hinted on and talked about earlier on this offseason, alluding to the fact that teams are in too much of a hurry. Fans are in too much of a hurry to throw the next best thing out there. When something doesn't work, it's immediately on to the next thing. And basically talked about when he was in the NFL and he had time to sit, that was a big reason on why he became successful, because it allowed him to get confident within the system and the playbook and get comfortable within himself as he transitioned from the collegiate level to the NFL. Now, of course, today's video is brought to you by BetUS. We will talk to you guys a little bit later how you can get an exclusive limited time offer from them, but I wanted to get into some of Drake Maye's stats to kind of back up what we're talking about. Now, he gets thrown into the fire week 6 against the Houston Texans. We find out less than a week in advance that he was going to be starting in that game. We all said this is not a smart time to play him. I mean, the Houston Texans, they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They actually had the best pass rush win rate in the entire NFL. They still do, going up against the New England Patriots offensive line that had the worst pass blocking offensive line. And actually, according to PFF, this entire season so far, they have had the worst offensive line. And he goes out there in their first start with the 6th offensive line combination that they've had in 6 weeks. And he goes 20 for 33 for 243 yards. He had a 60% completion percentage, averaging 7.4 yards per throw, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. After that game, he already had more passing touchdowns in one game than Jacoby Brissett had through the previous 5 weeks combined. Now, obviously, Drake Maye, he did struggle a little bit. He had 2 interceptions, one of which I really wouldn't put on him. The other one was 100% on him. That first one just soars the ball over the air, and that's something that the Patriots had been doing very well before Drake Maye came into the picture, was taking care of the football. Coming out of college and heading into the draft process, that was probably the biggest gripe on Drake Maye was, is he going to be somebody who takes care of the ball or not? That's why there were a lot of comparisons to Josh Allen, a guy with a big arm, big playmaking ability, mobile, but he has some really, really stupid turnovers. But he comes out and immediately throws for, like I said, more touchdowns than Jacoby Brissett had through 5 weeks, and had more passing yards in a single game than Jacoby Brissett had put up through any of the other games through 5 weeks too. Then he gets his second start against the Jacksonville Jags. He goes and puts up 26 total completions out of 37 total attempts for 276 passing yards, a completion percentage of 70, averaged 7.5 yards on average, 2 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, sacked 2 times, and had an overall rating of 109.7, looking even better than he did against the Houston Texans. In fact, right now, Drake Maye is on pace for 30 passing touchdowns in just 12 games. He has played 8 total quarters of football and has one of the worst offensive lines, actually the worst offensive line in the league, with one of the worst supporting casts in the entire league. But only has 1 less passing touchdown than Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Daniel Jones, and Geno Smith. Despite having a worse cast in 2 weeks, Drake Maye has 1 less passing touchdown than some of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in the league. Now, real quick, before we continue on today's video, do want to give a massive shout out to the sponsor of this video over at BetUS, the best damn sports book on the platform. I use it. Everybody at Roundtable Sports uses it. And we specifically and exclusively use only BetUS for a reason. And we want you guys to have a little bit of extra fun this football season. So we're partnering up with BetUS to give you guys an exclusive limited time offer of a 150% sign up bonus on your first deposit, followed by 125% sign-up bonus on your next 2 deposits, all the way up to $2,000. That is a deal on your first 3 deposits. When you guys sign up right now, it takes less than 60 seconds, super quick, super easy, and you use the promo code like you see on the screen, YouTube150. BetUS has the fastest payouts in the industry. They can also give you a 200% crypto deposit bonus. They have the fastest and easiest deposit and withdrawal process, 24/7 personalized service, 365 days a year, live wagering on all major games. They also have the best betting variety. I mean, we're not just talking about NFL weekly pick'ems, but we're talking about NFL futures. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who's a Super Bowl favorite? Who's winning Offensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year? You can even bet on Travis Hunter right now. Is he going to be a cornerback in the league, a wide receiver in the league? You can bet on martial arts. You can bet on college football, basketball, baseball, politics, entertainment, you name it, and BetUS has it. They got the best betting variety in the business, baby. Did you know that BetUS can also give you your very own personalized account manager and a 10% back on your net losses 2 times a year? There's a reason everybody at Roundtable Sports uses BetUS, and it is because they take care of you and they take care of your money the way that no other sportsbook is going to. Make sure you guys play smart, play responsible, never bet more than you can afford to lose. And if somebody you know or love is dealing with an issue, please reach out to get that proper help you need. In fact, if you go to BetUS's website, they have a page dedicated on getting that help you need. But again, shout out, of course, to BetUS. But look, I'm not trying to tell you that Drake Maye has been perfect. I'm not trying to tell you that Drake Maye is already a better quarterback than 90% of the quarterbacks in the league right now. But the fact that he's come in during the regular season and has completely transformed the New England Patriots, he looks good under pressure. He's excelling the offense past its limitations. He took over a 50% pressure rate that this Patriots O-line was allowing with Jacoby Brissett and brought it all the way down to 30%. When opposing defenses were blitzing Jacoby Brissett and this Patriots offensive line, they knew that it was going to be an incomplete pass. It was going to be thrown away. It was going to be thrown at a receiver in the near vicinity. It was going to be a turnover. With Drake Maye, it completely changes the philosophy on how opposing defenses play the New England Patriots. Why? Because if you blitz Drake Maye isn't going to get scared. He is not going to hinder away from a play. He is going to stand tall in the pocket, absorb the hit, but still try to make a play. That, or he's just going to dance around the pocket until his wide receiver gets open, or he's just going to dance outside of the pocket, rush, and pick up the first down himself. In fact, that game against the Texans, his first start 2 weeks ago, he led the Patriots in rushing yards. This past week against the Jacksonville Jags, he was second for the Patriots. Not even second. He was tied for the most rushing yards, and he had like 5 less rushing attempts, 3 or 5 less rushing attempts than Ramondre Stevenson did. He's getting the job done through the air. He's getting the job done on the ground. And a little earlier, we alluded to the fact on how he balled out against Houston, and Houston has one of the best defenses. Drake Maye had the most productive game at quarterback versus all of the other quarterbacks that Houston has gone up against so far this season. Anthony Richardson only passed for 212 yards against the Texans. Caleb Williams, 174. Sam Darnold, 181. Trevor Lawrence, 169. Josh Allen, the week prior, 131. Drake Maye, though, 243. What I want to see from this young kid is that he is going to develop and get better as each week goes on. We know that he has the ability to sling the ball through the air. I mean, he already has more air pass attempts than the recent quarterbacks have had for New England, than Mac Jones, than Cam Newton, than Bailey Zappi, and he had more air yards passing than all of those quarterbacks through one half. He's going to change the trajectory of what this team is, but again, it comes down to taking care of the football. We've seen a lot of really great quarterbacks be able to have the talent to change the trajectory of their teams, to pass for the most yards, pass for the most passing touchdowns in the league. but it comes down to being able to take care of the football, because the more you turn over the football, the more you're going to be a liability to your team. If you look at Jameis Winston in like 2018, 2019, he led the NFL both in passing touchdowns and passing yards. The Bucs didn't make the playoffs, though, because Jameis Winston also led the NFL in turnovers. So for me, I want to see that Drake Maye isn't going to put the ball in harm's way. He's going to make the correct reads, but he's still going to be the baller that we've seen so far against the Texans and against the Jags. The Patriots haven't been winning games. They have a lot of deficiencies, and they have a lot that they need to fix, but it at least looks like they hit on the most important position in football, which could change the trajectory of this team. What are your guys' thoughts? So what are your thoughts on Drake Maye? Let us know in the comment section below. Follow us here at Roundtable Sports for more NFL-related content. Leave a big like on the video because it helps us out tremendously. And, of course, make sure you guys check out BetUS for that exclusive limited time offer of a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, followed by $125 on your next two, all the way up to $2,000. We appreciate you guys for watching. Again, I am Colby Cochran with Roundtable Sports, and we will see you guys next time.